Hey everyone, Nariman here, welcome to my channel. In our previous video, we went over some basic Git concepts, like what is Git, what is three areas of Git repository, and how does a basic Git workflow looks like. Now in this video, we want to learn some essential Git commands, and more importantly, how each of them affects the file state. So if you are interested, please stay with me until the end of this video. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do after installing Git is to set up your username and email. You can do this using git config command. For changing your username, you can write git config -- global and then user.name. And then in quotation, you will write your name. For changing your email address, you would do the same, only with user.email. And then in the quotation, you can write your email address. For example, something like this. You can change many other things using git config, for example, your default editor. But whenever you want to see what is the value for a certain config, you can use git config, then the key in the config, and you will get the value. One other thing that's worth mentioning is that you can set your username or email specific to a Git repository. For doing that, you need to do git config, but with -- local instead of -- global. And the other parts are the same. Of course, for now, it's not allowing me because I'm not currently in a Git repository. Now it's time to create our first Git repository. I will go to the project and I will create a directory called, let's say, Git 101. And then I'm gonna go in there. And here I will use command git init. And as you can see, now I have an empty Git repository. If I list all the files and directory here, you can see that there is a .git directory in my repository. This .git directory will contain all the necessary files for your repository. Now let's add a file called a.txt. And let's also add some content in it. And here, I would introduce you the git status command. This command will basically tell you which files are in which state. At the first glance, it is telling us that we are on branch master. Don't worry about this for now. We will go through branching in the next videos. And we can also see that our new file is untracked. Untracked basically means that our file wasn't in any snapshots before, and it's not even staged to be included in the next commits. If we want to commit this file, first we need to stage it. The command that we use for staging files is called git add. So I do a git add on this file, and now I will do another git status. As you can see, our file is green now. And looking at the header, it says changes to be committed. So it means that our file is staged now. Let's say now we want to make a snapshot of our current files in the project. For this, we need to commit the changes. The command, as you can guess, is git commit, but it is also required to pass a message using the -m flag. Let's say add a .txt file. And as you can see, the file is committed. Let's go over these diagrams to see what exactly we did. The file state is modified, or if to say it more precisely, it is untracked. In order to stage those changes, we run the git add command, and then we stage the file. So now our file state is staged, and the file resides in the staging area. To make the snapshot, we executed the git commit command, and after that, the whole state of the project is saved in a separate commit. Now let's make another file called b.txt maybe. And let's also edit that and add some content in it. And let's also change a.txt. Now let's have a look at the state of our files using git status. You can see that both of them are red because they are unstaged. Our new file, which is b.txt, is untracked, and a.txt is modified. Let's stage both of them. To stage all the files, you can basically say git add dot. Now let's have a look at the files again. You can see that both of them are green, which means they are staged now. What if we want to unstage one of them? Well, the answer is right before your eyes. You can see that under changes to be committed, it is saying that use git restore -- stage, the name of the file, to unstage. So let's use this command on a.txt to unstage it. Git restore -- stage a.txt. Now let's have a look. Git status. As you can see, a.txt is red again, which means that it is unstaged. Let's make a snapshot of our current changes. Git commit -m. Let's call it add b.txt file, and done. To understand it even better, let's look at some other diagrams. As you can remember, the previous changes of file A were committed, and now again we changed a.txt and added a new one called b.txt. A.txt is modified and b.txt is untracked. Both of them reside in the working tree. Then we staged both of them using git add command, and then we decided to unstage A using git restore command. The only file that could be committed was b.txt because it was staged. So we made a new commit, and you can see how our commit graph is being shaped. Our new commit contains both files A and B, but the contents of file A is the same as the previous commit. So congratulations, we made our first commit, and we learned how to change file state using different git commands. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this.